Hi guys, the lady here. Right, so tonight I'm gonna make another requested one. It is a northeast recipe as well. It's called bacon floddies. Like I say, it has been requested a few times. I can't remember them from being a child, but it was that long ago. It's one of them things that you just didn't remember about. So it is more of a breakfast. However, me and Ian don't eat breakfast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for tea tonight, and I'll bring you down and I'll show you the ingredients. Right, couldn't be any simpler. I have 2 medium potatoes, an onion. I'm only going to use half of that. We need some bacon. Now traditionally this is put into the floddies raw. However, I don't like, it's going to sound terrible, flabby bacon. It needs to be crisp for me. So I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to fry that off. So it's 2 potatoes, half an onion, or the full onion if that's what you prefer. I'm going to use 200 grams of the bacon, crisped up. I have 60 grams of self-raising flour and 2 eggs. And of course, a bit of salt and a bit of pepper. But again, because I'm crisping the bacon up, that does intensify the saltiness. So I'll test a bit of bacon before I put the salt and pepper in, just to do it. I am going to use, these need to be grated, and I'm going to use my Kenwood because, to be honest, I could probably grate those, but I wouldn't be able to grate those and that. So let's get down. I'm going to cut up this bacon and we'll get that on crisping. Right, so I have my frying pan on warming up. I'm just going to weigh out this bacon. I need 200 grams. Now, this is a 240 gram pack, so it says. Right, so I'm just going to do that. That out of the 200, in fact, you know what? I'm just going to test that. 233 grams, and in there it says 240. But hey, there we go. That's 1 slice in there. So I'm just going to move that out of the way a second. I'm just going to chop this all up, get it in the frying pan and get it crisping off. I mean, you could, we're not keen on smoked bacon, but if you smoked bacon, I think probably was the bacon of choice. But I am going to fry this off, and then I'm going to cook the floddies actually in what bacon fat is in the pan with a little bit of butter. Well, actually it would have been lard, so we'll see if I've still got some lard left. If I have, I'll do it with some lard. But I'm just going to roughly chop this up. It's going in. So I'm going to get this in the pan and I'm going to get this crisping off. Right, so I've just crisping that off a bit. I'm going to get that onto a plate because I do want it to cool down, but I want to try and keep as much of this fat in here as I can. So yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of a lard to it as well and cook off the floddies. Now these were also known as canal floddies when I was looking it up today. Apparently the guys who used to do the canals used to make these and cook them on their shovels. And also, if you can get yourself a hold of some of that cooking bacon, because that's what my nana used to use, is the cooking bacon. Or the bacon chops is what she used to always call them. But if you can't, don't worry about it, they're just as nice with this. So I'm going to put this to one side and let that cool down. Now I've halved my onion. I'm just going to, if I can find my peeler, oh there it is. I'm just going to move that to one side. A couple of bits on. I'm just going to peel my potatoes. Yeah, like I say, it's something that I used to have. To be perfectly honest, most of the time, we never had the bacon in it. We only had it without the bacon. It was always my granddad who used to have the bacon. Obviously, he was, you know, out working all day. He needed that protein. Because, you know, it was expensive and to feed everybody. And I did our best, bless her. In fact, she did more than her best. It was absolutely cracking. So I'm just going to peel these off. And then we'll get over to the machine and we'll grate them up. Right, so I've grated all the potatoes. Now I've got a clean tea towel. I'm just going to dump them out there. Because what we need to do is squeeze as much of the water out of the potatoes as we can. I'm just going to put that in there because I don't want that left in. So I'm just going to take this over to the sink. As you can see, there's quite a few potatoes there. And I'll give them a squeeze. As much as I can squeeze it, guys. Maybe I should have waited for Ian to come home for this bit. But I'm getting quite a bit out there. So the next thing to do is this needs to go into here. It's pretty dry. A couple of bigger bits out of the machine. Just noticed that. So we'll get rid of those. Just check through for any more. No. What I'll do is I'll grate over the onion and then I'll come back. Right, so that's the onion grated. So that goes straight into there as well. Just give that a bit of a mix through. I want to make sure that these two are mixed all the way through nicely. Right, then we add our flour. And the 2 eggs. And our bacon. We give this a good mix up. This makes a few, but they're a lovely snack as well. I remember, oh, I know I keep going on about me nana and I'm sorry, but she used to always, you know, whenever she made these, she would always probably double the quantities and then have some there just to snack on, because you can easily just warm them back up. I've seen her put them under the grill and just toast them up. I'm going to put, I tasted the bacon and it isn't really that salty, so I'm going to put a bit of salt in. We definitely need white pepper. Oh, is it tea time, Missy, is it? Must be coming up at 6 o'clock. Comes up at 6 o'clock, she knows it's her routine, it's her dinner time. Right, so that's all mixed up. So the next time you see them is when I'm about to fry. So we'll see you shortly. Right, so I've still got, that's leftover bacon fat that was already in there. I've got this on quite a low heat. So I'm just going to put in some lard. That's the lard I had in the fridge. Just let that melt down a little bit. And then what you do is you just get have it quite on a lowish heat, because you do want them to cook through. I'm going to get 3 in here for now. Lovely. A bit big, but hey. Nice lowish heat just for them to cook through. Don't forget the potatoes were raw, the onions were raw. And I'm waiting for the first person in the comments to say, well, it's just a hash brown. Flatten them down. Probably about 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, that's a bit hot. About 3 to 5 minutes on that side. And then we'll flip them over. So we'll come back when they're ready to be flipped. Right, so that's been about 5 minutes. Let's have a look. See if they're ready to turn. Oh, yes. All you can smell in this kitchen at the moment is a bit of fried onions. So, same amount of time on that side. Then what I'll do is I'll put them in a low oven just to keep them nice and warm while I do the rest of the batch. So, we'll see you shortly. Right, so there you go. That's the Northeast Floddies. Traditionally served with a fried egg. I have burst the egg yolk, but I'm going to burst it when I start eating it anyway. So what difference does it make? So, 2 seconds and we'll start to have a taste. Right, so let's go. Let's see if it brings back a memory. So I'm just going to have it on its own for now. I did think that people would say it's just a hash brown, but to be honest, it's not a hash brown. It's more than that. So I'm just going to dip it in the egg yolk. Go. Do you know what it is? Been that long. It's probably about 14, 15 the last time I had these. And I will be having them again. They are lovely. And a memory that I got was me nana the next day putting them underneath the grill to crispen them back up. I can honestly say that that would be again tomorrow. Just going to have another little bit. You can taste the onion. You can taste the potato, bacon. I mean, you don't have to crisp the bacon up first. That's the way I prefer it. But I think it's everything with the egg yolk. That's what makes the difference with it, I think. So I'm going to get on. I'm going to finish this and maybe have another one. So again, thank you very much, guys. Your subscriptions are still going up. I love all the comments, all the shares, everything. So thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.